Kim Philby was a British spy, a man who seemed to embody the very essence of British intelligence. He was charming, intelligent, and highly respected by his peers. But he had a secret, a dark and dangerous secret that would eventually unravel the trust placed in him. He was also spying for the Soviet Union, a fact that would shock the world when it was finally revealed. For years he led a double life, expertly balancing his roles as a British intelligence officer and a Soviet informant. He betrayed his country and his friends, people who trusted him implicitly, never suspecting the depth of his deception. Philby's story is one of intrigue and deception, a tale that reads like a spy novel but is all too real. He rose high in the British intelligence service, MI6, earning accolades and promotions along the way. All the while, he was secretly passing secrets to Moscow, feeding them invaluable information that compromised British operations. His actions had a major impact on the Cold War, altering the balance of power and trust between nations. Philby's betrayal shocked the world, sending ripples through the intelligence community and beyond. How could someone in his position turn against his own country? The question haunted those who knew him. What motivated him to betray everything he was supposed to believe in? Was it ideology, personal gain, or something else entirely? This is the story of Kim Philby, the ultimate double agent, a man whose life was a web of lies and deceit. A man who lived a life of lies and deceit, constantly looking over his shoulder, never truly at peace. A man who changed the course of history, leaving a legacy of betrayal and intrigue that still fascinates and horrifies to this day. Even in death, Philby remains a controversial figure, a symbol of the ultimate betrayal. His story has been told and retold, each time revealing new layers of complexity and intrigue. And as we look back on his life, we are reminded of the thin line between loyalty and betrayal, a line that Philby crossed with devastating consequences. Kim Philby was born in India in 1912. His early years were spent in the vibrant and diverse environment of British India, a place teeming with cultural exchanges and colonial influences. His father, St. John Philby, was a prominent British official and an influential figure in the colonial administration. This connection provided young Kim with a unique perspective on the workings of the British Empire. Philby was educated at elite schools, including Westminster School and later, Cambridge University. At Cambridge, he was surrounded by some of the brightest minds of his generation, a breeding ground for future leaders and thinkers. It was at Cambridge that Philby became deeply involved in left-wing politics. The 1930s were a time of great political upheaval, and many students were drawn to radical ideologies as they sought to address the social and economic issues of the time. During this period, Philby was recruited by the Soviet intelligence service, the NKVD. His ideological leanings made him an attractive candidate for Soviet operatives looking to infiltrate British institutions. In 1940, Philby began working for British intelligence. His recruitment into MI6 marked the beginning of a double life, where he would serve two masters with conflicting interests. He quickly rose through the ranks, demonstrating exceptional skill and dedication. His rapid ascent was a testament to his intelligence and ability to navigate the complex world of espionage. Philby held important positions in MI6, positions that granted him access to sensitive and highly classified information. His roles often placed him at the heart of British intelligence operations. He was well respected by his colleagues, who saw him as a dedicated and trustworthy member of the team. His charm and intelligence made him a popular figure within the organization. No one suspected that Philby was a Soviet spy. His ability to maintain a facade of loyalty and dedication to British intelligence was nothing short of remarkable. He was charming and intelligent, traits that allowed him to build strong relationships and gain the trust of those around him. His social skills were a key asset in his espionage activities. He was able to blend in perfectly, never arousing suspicion. His ability to seamlessly integrate into the fabric of MI6 was crucial to his success as a double agent. He used his position to access highly classified information that was of immense value to the Soviet Union. His role in MI6 provided him with a treasure trove of secrets. He passed this information on to his Soviet handlers, ensuring that the Soviet Union was always one step ahead. His actions had a profound impact on the course of the Cold War, shaping the geopolitical landscape in ways that are still felt today. Philby's work for the Soviets was highly damaging to the West. He betrayed countless secrets. He exposed the identities of Western agents operating behind the Iron Curtain. Many of these agents were captured and executed. One of Philby's most significant betrayals involved a plan to send Albanian anti-communist agents into Albania. Philby tipped off the Soviets. The mission was a disaster. The agents were captured and killed. Philby's actions had a devastating impact on Western intelligence operations. He helped the Soviets to stay one step ahead. He undermined the West's efforts to contain communism. Philby was a master of deception. He was able to maintain his cover for so long because he was very good at his job. He was able to convince his colleagues that he was loyal to Britain. Philby was also helped by the fact that the Soviets were very good at protecting their agents. They provided him with false identities and documents. They helped him to cover his tracks. Philby's betrayals had a profound impact on the people who knew him. His colleagues in MI6 were shocked and betrayed. They had trusted him with their lives. Section 5. The Disappearance of a Spy. In 1963, Philby's double life began to unravel. British intelligence officials became suspicious of his activities. They confronted him with their evidence. Philby knew that the game was up. He fled to Moscow, where he was granted asylum. His defection sent shockwaves through the Western intelligence community. Philby's defection was a major propaganda coup for the Soviets. It confirmed their worst fears about Western espionage. It also raised serious questions about the security of Western intelligence agencies. Section 6. Inside Philby's double life. In Moscow, Philby was hailed as a hero. He was given a comfortable apartment and a generous pension. He continued to work for the KGB, the Soviet intelligence service. Philby's defection had a profound impact on his personal life. His wife Eleanor divorced him. His children were devastated by his betrayal. Despite his outward success, Philby was a deeply troubled man. He was haunted by his betrayals. He was also disillusioned with the Soviet Union. He realized that he had sacrificed everything for a cause that he no longer believed in. Section 7. The Price of Betrayal. Philby's actions had a devastating impact on the lives of many people. He betrayed his country, his friends, and his family. He caused the deaths of countless Western agents. Philby's betrayals also damaged the reputation of Western intelligence agencies. They raised serious questions about the ability of these agencies to protect their secrets. Philby's story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of espionage. It is a reminder that even the most trusted individuals can be betrayers. It is also a story about the human cost of the Cold War. Section 8. Philby's legacy in the Cold War. Kim Philby's betrayal cast a long shadow over the Cold War. His actions had a profound impact on the intelligence world and the balance of power between East and West. Philby's case led to a major reassessment of security procedures within Western intelligence agencies. The need for tighter vetting and counterintelligence measures became painfully clear. The Philby affair highlighted the vulnerability of democracies to infiltration. It demonstrated the lengths to which communist regimes would go to undermine their adversaries. Section 9. The Psychology of a Double Agent. Understanding Kim Philby's motivations requires delving into the psychology of a double agent. What drives an individual to betray their country and embrace a hostile ideology? Some experts point to Philby's strong ideological convictions. His embrace of communism during his university years suggests a deep-seated belief in the Soviet system's superiority. Others argue that Philby was motivated by a thirst for adventure or a desire for power. The clandestine world of espionage may have held an irresistible allure for him. Section 10. The Enduring Mystery of Kim Philby. Despite decades of scrutiny, Kim Philby remains an enigma. The full extent of his treachery and the depths of his commitment to the Soviet Union are still debated today. Some historians believe that Philby was a committed communist who genuinely believed he was working towards a better world. Others see him as a cynical opportunist who betrayed his country for personal gain. The passage of time has done little to diminish the fascination with Kim Philby. He remains a symbol of Cold War intrigue and a stark reminder of the human capacity for betrayal. Section 11. Conclusion. A Life of Espionage. Kim Philby's life was one of extraordinary contradictions. Born into a privileged background, he was educated at the finest institutions which set the stage for his future in intelligence. He was a brilliant spy who betrayed his country for an ideology he later questioned. Philby's double life as a high-ranking member of British intelligence and a Soviet agent is a tale of deception and intrigue. He was a charming and charismatic figure who inflicted immense damage on the West. His ability to blend in and gain the trust of his peers made his betrayal all the more shocking. Philby's story is a reminder of the complexities of espionage and the moral ambiguities of the Cold War. The era was marked by a constant battle of wits, where loyalty was often a fluid concept. It is a story that continues to fascinate and disturb us today. The intrigue surrounding his actions and the impact they had on global politics remain subjects of intense study and debate. Kim Philby's legacy is one of betrayal, deceit, and enduring mystery. His defection to the Soviet Union in 1963 shocked the world and left a lasting scar on the intelligence community. His life serves as a cautionary tale about the allure of ideology, the seductions of power, and the devastating consequences of treachery. Philby's story is a stark reminder of how personal beliefs can lead to actions that have far-reaching and often tragic consequences. As we reflect on his life, we are reminded of the thin line between heroism and betrayal, and how history often judges actions through the lens of their outcomes. Kim Philby remains a figure of endless fascination, a man whose life was a complex web of lies and truths, forever etched in the annals of espionage history.